All right, welcome back everyone. So I got this idea. I saw one that I played against when I was using the Mega Zygarde, and I thought it was really cool. Reminded me of the Frostlass Monkey Dory deck that I was using last season, but with Mega Starmie. So what Mega Starmie does is the Jetting Blow attack for 1 water energy, 120 damage, also does 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So really, you can have a good attacker really fast, putting pressure on, assuming of course that is that they don't have anything with more HP than that. But to help with that math, we do have the Monkey Dory for the Adrena Brain. And the idea that I actually saw this on a YouTube channel, and he recommended Salvatore, because what Salvatore does, search your deck for a card that has no abilities and evolves from one of your Pokemon, put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it, then shuffle your deck. You can use this card on a Pokemon you put down when you were setting up to play, or on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So literally, if you go second on your first turn, you can go from Staryu to Starmie and start hitting immediately. And of course, under certain situations, that could be, a really fast win. So the big thing is having max copies of both the Staryu and the Starmie. And then you want to be able to get it out of the active without using a supporter. So I got a couple of switch cards in here, a couple of air balloons. And then I got a couple of Buddy Buddy Poffins as well, because ideally, of course, like we have max copies of the Staryu, and then only a couple copies of the other basic Pokemon in here. But if you were to start one of them, you can Buddy Buddy Poffin and switch in order to get your Staryu in the active, so you can Salvatore. We've also got max copies of the Pokegear to try to get that Salvatore on turn 1. Also have several of the Pokepad, because if you don't get the Monkey Dory, this lets you get one of those. So I got max, almost max of the Pokepad and just 2 of the Buddy Buddy Poffin. And then because we are running both water and dark energy, I've got the energy search in here. Again, you want to use an item for this so that you can save your supporter for the Salvatore. And then 4 copies of the Ultra Ball, because this can get you the Mega Starmie as well as any other Pokemon that you need. If you don't happen to get it, you don't get the Salvatore, or if you end up having to go first and can't do the Salvatore to attack immediately. And then some other things that I had seen in the one that utilized Mega Frostlass, which this one does not, but I still feel it's a good idea. Once during the Surfing Beach, once during each player's turn, the player may switch their active water Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. So if you get a couple of Mega Starmies going, you can use this to switch between them without having to discard your energy. And then the Risky Ruins is in play to help generate that damage, not only making them damage themselves when they just play the basic onto the bench, but also being able to move over damage from your side onto theirs with the Monkey Dory. Some other supporters I put in here, I've got the Colress Tenacity, so you can search for that Stadium and an energy card. Again, if you end up going first, you have something else to search for your Pokemon, you can use this for that Stadium and the energy. Hilda also lets you search for an evolution and an energy, put them in your hand. Team Rocket's Petrol, search your deck for any trainer card, reveal it, put it into your hand. And I also put in Wally's Compassion in here, because since Mega Starmie only attacks with 1 energy, you can use the Wally's Compassion, heal it up completely, and then still attach per turn, and you're Jetting Blow all over again. And then I also included 1 copy of the Ignition Energy for Starmie's secondary attack, just in case you ever need to use it. It is for 3 colorless, Nebula Beam, 210. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So in the event you need to one-shot something like Fezandipity, Ogerpon, or Opposing Meowth, which I did include in here as well for that last ditch catch. But of course it's only got 170 HP, so it is susceptible to being knocked out. But the benefit of the last ditch catch and just searching for any supporter you need can be really, really impactful. And yeah, so you'll notice there's no boss's orders in here, because you're just like, let me just take out what's in front of me and do a bunch of damage real quick. So this is kind of halfway an original list. The concept I got from elsewhere, but the exact 60 is my own. So hopefully it works well. But yeah, so turn 1 knockout decks, they're definitely hit or miss. Hopefully this one is more hit than miss.